So today I'm out for a hike in an area I worked the summer of 2005. This is the road coming in. We had a really wet spring, lots of landslides, and apparently the creek up ahead must have overblown its banks because this road is completely gone and washed out. So I'm up to that creek now. Doesn't look like much now that we're into summer, but that's the one that did all that damage to the road. Quite impressive, actually. Looks like somebody came up with some fence posts, tried to make a makeshift little dam and steer the water down. So I got up to a road junction here. And when we're working, when we come in and find out where we want the roads to go, we lay a line of pink flagging tape. And then at this road junction to mark it, right up there is a reference tree. So I should be able to go up to that and see info and see who actually did the work and when we were here. It's marked with flagging tape, old and faded. Blaze is sapped over and you can't see, but this is a tin plate, small metal plate. You can basically just lay it on your notebook, use a pen right there. KC SD, two of my buddies. August 28th, 05. So those guys are the guys who came in and GPS this road. Got all the measurements so we can do an engineering on it. So I went up that first road to the left. It's kind of interesting because this point we were working here was early in my career. Weird circumstances, a bunch of the senior guys, sick, deaths in the family, everything. I got a good opportunity here. And this is one of the first roads I actually took on myself. First big project I had a major part in, we should say. And this is the first time I've walked this road probably since it was built. So I'm interested to see what it shows me. It's interesting, it's kind of a spooky road to walk off. The alder has just moved in from the edge, made it just like a tunnel you're walking through and you can't see anything either side. Both sides are nothing but berries too. So a good chance of seeing a bear up here. It's kind of weird what your mind will do to you. When I'm at work and I'm working in the woods, I always never listen to any sounds. Just pay attention to work. Don't even think about it. Don't think about Bigfoot. Don't think about cougars. Don't think about bears. Just focus on what I'm doing. Concentrate. But when you come out like this and you're just by yourself, no weapons, no crew, no safety plan, and all you're doing is looking for Bigfoot tracks, listening for strange noises, man, the woods are just alive today. It's super hot, so it's really dry, but it's windy. Everything's cracking, popping. This place has just tripped me right out today. The one road I turned off, it got too brushy. Someone's cutting down. Another one runs sideways across the hill. It's good, it's raised, so I should be able to look down and maybe see some stuff. That road was just too brushy. I couldn't see anything. It's just walking through a tunnel. So I cut uphill, get a little exercise on the leg too. Got up and now there's a ridge top up here. So I'm gonna try to find a game trail along the top of the ridge and follow that parallel to the road. Then I'll just drop down to the road later on. Best spot to look for game trails, top of a ridge looking down. That's where most animals want to be. So I'm just scouting for tracks coming along here. And there's a ridge and something walked uphill right here. As I come back a bit, it looks like there's something stepped here. Something stepped here. And then right here you can see this dirt where it's pushed down. There's a flat where the moss covering got pushed and slipped out. And then you can see it's rolled over right there. So something stepped there and slipped sideways a little bit. That's all I've seen though. Something walked uphill here. I can't tell what it is. I might go on and go up or down this ridge and see if I can find some more, something more definitive. To show it again right there. There's the sand where it slipped out. There's the flat pushed out and you can see that slipped out over. So I couldn't find anything more to those tracks. I went up the ridge a bit, saw an opening, I cut across, and I just got this peephole. It's a nice view of Mica Mountain, which is where William Rowe had his famous Sasquatch sighting. It was in Roger Patterson's book. It's been in lots of specials. When I decided to start actually filming a bit, that was one of the first places I went and did a Exploring Bigfoot Country episode, number 2. I will be back up there once the leg is better. I just came from over there. Leg's getting a little sore, so I think I'm done on the hillside. I'm gonna cut down. I just found this real nice flat. Looks like there's a game trail going down it, so I'm gonna take that back down and see if I can cut onto the road. Woods are still super alive. Lots of wind, everything's cracking and popping today. The terrain I'm in is really dry. Douglas firs here for trees. Lots of little rock patches like these. One thing I remember from back in the day is that we kept finding these weird rock piles and almost like rock formations. Not new, old, covered in moss and twigs and everything, that looked like 150 years ago something would like pile rocks in one certain spot. Just weird, and we were always talking about it. I've always kind of questioned it and wondered. It's the reason I came here today, but I haven't seen any today at all. I'm back down to the road here. I just popped out right at this pile of old fir logs. What these are, in the recession of 2007, 2008, a lot of logging companies didn't make it. Our local mill ended up selling out in the process. There were loggers that had logged areas and the logs were not picked up by a truck yet. They put a lien on those. And by the time they were paid out by the new company, after a lot of court battles, the logs were rotten. So here they lie, big pile of logs, lost to the economy. Just coming back down the road, checking the upper road bank, really good spot to find tracks. Something definitely walked up here. By the size of the prints, you got one there, one here, one there, one there. It's been repeat, gone up and down. I would say bear is the most likely. It's not Sasquatch, it's too small. Bear or maybe a moose, and it's just filled in on it and you can't see the tracks. You can see right here. There's a track right there. There's a track right there. They're more rounded than elongated. That's why I tend to say it's not Bigfoot. So one story I guess I should tell on this area. It's not Sasquatch related, but it's still wild. We were working here and it was winter time. Just coming into Christmas. It was like the week before Christmas. I think last week we worked. And we were at the top. We blazed a trail out to get the sleds up. We left our snowmobiles on top of this icy chute, and then we'd walk the last part, drive home. Went home for the weekend, and on Monday, 3 guys came in. I wasn't with them. I was on another side, so I just heard it all by the radio. But a grizzly bear had come. Middle of December, snow on the ground. Everyone thinks they're hibernating. Apparently he wasn't. And he was a big old mad guy. He came and flipped all 3 snowmobiles upside down, chewed them apart, ripped the gas tanks open, rolled in all the gas. I don't know why bears love to roll in gas. Absolutely destroyed all 3 snowmobiles. That was kind of the first road I walked up there. That's why I kind of turned around when it got too brushy. So I'm back. I parked in this wild grassy field. It's an old homestead. The house is gone, but the property's still cleared out. It's probably been gone like 50 years plus. But I walked down through the grass because I like to see if anything walked through. And you can see here, like footstep, footstep, footstep. Looks like something bipedal walked through here. You know, it could be a person here, but it's still just fun to check out the tracks. So that was a good hike. It's pretty hot out. That was a good workout though. Worked the leg pretty good going up the hill and that. I saw lots of tracks, nothing definitive. It's really dry. And I'm just sitting here letting the AC run at the end of the day. Good thing to do. Lots of times I've sat at the truck at the end of the day, had a lynx, had a bear, had deer, had moose walk out of the woods. Kind of like they've been checking you out. You're sitting in the truck. They feel like they're safe, so they come out. Good thing to do at the end just to see if anything's followed you out.